This is a presentation of the BrassRing Outlook plugin. The scenario is one where a recruiter has received a request from a hiring manager to coordinate an interview with a selected candidate. The recruiter goes to the requisition in case and brings up the candidate's record for whom the request has been made. From the action menu, the recruiter selects the Send Interview Request action item. This will hand off the transaction to the local installation of Outlook of the recruiter. It is here where the recruiter can then select the name of the interviewer. And since this is Outlook performing the transaction, not BrassRing, the recruiter can now actually see the availability of the particular interviewer in place. And the idea is that the recruiter is having a conversation with the particular candidate in place about when they are available while actively looking in real time at the actual interviewer's availability. In the request that will go out to the interviewer will be the requisition details, the candidate profile, as well as the interview feedback form. Again, all being handled within Outlook. It is at this point that the individual can select other details of the request. Since ultimately this transaction is being handled by Outlook, Outlook performs like a normal request for a meeting. Once all the elements are filled in, the transaction is sent, again, like any other Outlook transaction would. The plugin will now record the event in the action log of the candidate's BrassRing record. In the action log, the user will now find transactions indicating that the request was actually sent out, inclusive of the action item. There is also an indicator showing that the status of the interview request is pending. The interviewer will receive this transaction request within their Outlook like any other interview invite or meeting invite. Once they accept it, and it is transacted by the local instance of the interviewer requester, then this status will change from pending to accepted. And it is at that point that the interviewee will receive an email confirming the details of their interview. Once the interview itself is performed, the interviewer will be able to utilize the link contained in their interview invite to provide feedback, and that will be recorded directly back to the BrassRing solution.